Hi everyone. So today I'm going to discuss antivirus and anti-malware. Let's start with what is antivirus. Antivirus is software that is created specifically to help detect, prevent, and remove malware, such as viruses. Antivirus is sort of a catch-all for all malware right now. Most antivirus provides real-time protection from threats. Antivirus programs and computer protection programs are designed to evaluate data, such as web pages, files, software, and applications, to help find and eradicate malware as quickly as possible. So let's talk about the history and the forces that have shaped antivirus. The very first virus was found in 1971 and it was called the creeper virus. By 1981, the first in-the-wild virus appeared called the elk cloner, which was specific to Apple II computers. In 1986, the first IBM virus was found, which was called Brain. Then there was the first publicly documented virus removal case in 1987 by Burned Fix. In 1987 also, the first antivirus product was released called for the Atari ST platform. By the end of 1987, the first heuristic antivirus utilities were released. In the 1990s, the antivirus industry emerged with the formation of the Computer Antivirus Research Organization, which really focused on naming viruses. In 1991, Norton released their first version of their Norton antivirus. In 2005, AV-Test reported that there were 333,000 unique malware samples. By 2007, that number had grown to 5,490,960, just to give you an idea of how quickly viruses were being found. By 2008, McAfee Labs added the industry-first cloud-based anti-malware functionality to the virus scan, named Artemis. In 2013, the industry saw a shift towards signature-list approaches for detecting malware. So how does antivirus work? There's two forms of antivirus. First is static analysis, the other one is dynamic analysis. Let's go into static analysis first, which analyzes software that is not running. There's two ways that it goes about doing this. First is signature-based detection, the other one is heuristics. In signature-based detection, the antivirus has a database of virus signatures that it identifies and references to identify malware. To stay ahead of this, some virus authors have come up with viruses that encrypt a part of themselves so they can't be detected by virus signatures. These viruses go by being called oligomorphic, polymorphic, and metamorphic viruses. Then there's heuristics. Heuristics looks at software behavior patterns to detect viruses. It can also use generic virus signatures to identify virus families. In dynamic analysis, we actually try to run the software to identify whether it's bad. So there's sandbox detection. This is a form of detection that attempts to run a virtual environment where software can be executed, and by detecting behavioral fingerprints, it can be determined whether the software is malware or not. There's varying degrees of virtualization, ranging from a full virtual machine to just the emulation of the software to monitor any activities that might be suspicious. Are there any good alternatives to antivirus? There are a few. They're not very good, but one alternative is online virus scans. This is an online tool used to scan your computer while you are connected to the internet. Next up is a firewall. A firewall can be deployed, especially over business networks, to filter potentially malicious traffic. These don't neutralize viruses and malware, but they try to protect your network from infection. Then there's registry cleaner. On Windows, registry cleaners can be deployed to remove redundant, invalid, or otherwise bad entries from the registry. Then there's patch management software. Malware often involves outdated software. Patch management attempts to keep software up to date with patches to avoid lapses in outdated software that leave vulnerabilities in the system. Let's look at the strengths and weaknesses of antivirus. In terms of strengths, antivirus comes with virus protection. The main role of an antivirus program is to protect your computers from malware, and virus protection does just that. Then there's spyware protection. Spyware is a kind of malware that antivirus attempts to protect against. This malware steals your confidential information. Then there's web protection. Antivirus attempts to protect against untrustworthy or malicious websites. There's spam protection. Antivirus blocks spam emails and ads that can carry malware. There's also firewall features in some antivirus where antivirus include where it can check information that is sent to and received to limit vulnerabilities and protection. Also, antivirus tends to be cost effective. There's a lot of antivirus programs that are free of charge and can be cost-effective way to avoid malware. In terms of weaknesses, there's a few. Number one is system slowdown. Using an antivirus uses a lot of resources and can slow down your computer. There isn't necessarily complete protection with an antivirus alone. To get complete protection, you need a firewall as well. There's also security holes. When a security hole is present in the operating system or the networking software, it will provide a chance for malware to bypass the antivirus. There's limited detection techniques. Given virus scanning is limited to signature scanning and heuristics, the scanning can give false positives or not detect a new virus signature. There's also frequent advertisements. Many free antivirus come loaded with advertisements that can degrade the user experience. There's also very limited customer support. A lot of antiviruses don't really provide customer support, in the free version at least. So what are the top antivirus products? I found a few. The main ones I've looked at were Kaspersky, Avast One Essential, AVG Free Antivirus, Komodo Antivirus, Avira Free Antivirus, and Windows Defender, which is a tool from Microsoft that comes pre-installed with Windows. So Kaspersky is the really interesting thing that sets that apart is that it's a very light software that doesn't really slow down your computer. It's good for image and video editing and resource-intensive applications such as gaming. Next up is Avast. Avast uses smart analytics to block threats. It identifies cracks which allow malware to slip in via unsafe passwords and out-of-date software. It also detects weaknesses in your home Wi-Fi. Then we have AVG. AVG is a very powerful tool with excellent detection rates, even in the free version. It includes a powerful VPN to offer complete protection, and there is phone and chat support with AVG. Then we have Komodo. Komodo by default denies files from entering the system until they prove themselves to be harmless. It focuses on heuristics and behavioral analysis to monitor PCs. It allows an undo feature for malicious-looking software that changes the system for those changes to be undone. It also allows dynamic analysis by creating a virtual environment to test software in. Then we have Avira. The free version comes fully equipped with antivirus, anti-adware, anti-dialer, anti-spyware, anti-bot, anti-phishing tools, anti-rootkit, and anti-spam, so very powerful free software. And it also has an in-game mode to avoid disturbances when gaming. Then we finally have Windows Defender. The really cool thing about Windows Defender is it leverages big data and its connection with Office 365 to assess behavioral signals that allow for better detection.